Today we'll learn about basic algebra, but first we'll look at handwriting. You will write A this way and you write 9 this way. But some of you write your Q like this without a hook. So please write it properly so that we can differentiate the 9 from the Q. Next, this looks like the letter X, but it also looks like the multiplication sign. So to avoid misunderstanding, we will write X this way and the multiplication sign this way. Usually in algebra, we would use brackets to represent multiplication. Now the next letter, this looks like the letter T, but it also looks like the addition sign. So to avoid misunderstanding, we'll write T this way. Next, this looks like the number 1. So if we want to write L, we will write it this way. And this looks like the number 2, but it also looks like the letter Z. So to avoid misunderstanding, please write your Z this way with a stroke in the center. Moving on, today for this video, we'll be dealing with basic algebra concepts, notations, and simple expansion of linear expressions. Okay, question 1a. So we need to write the algebraic expressions for each of the following. So to add x to 9, we'll write it as 9 plus x. And to multiply b by 10, we usually write the number before the alphabet. Next, we'll subtract y from 8. And next, divide p by 4. We can write it as a fraction, p over 4. Or we can write it as 1/4 of p. Next, half of 6x, we can write it as a fraction first, 6x divided by 2. And we can simplify it to become 3x. Then lastly, the product of h and k. So we'll write it as h times k this way. Or you can write it as kh. They are equivalent. Question 2. We need to add 5r to the product of s and w. So we need to write sw plus 5r. And next, we need to subtract 3x from the sum. So we need to add first. And then use the brackets to subtract 3x. Next, we need to multiply the square of x to the cube of y. So we write it as x to the power of 2 and y to the power of 3. Next, we'll write 4c plus 1 divided by 3ab. Question 3, part A. Okay, so this is equivalent to 4d. Part B, 17y subtract 35y, you will get negative 18y. For part C, we will need to rearrange the terms. We'll group up the like terms together with the sign. So 14u subtract 5u plus 6u. And lastly, minus 9. So for all the like terms with u, we will get 14 subtract 5, you will get 9. And then 9 plus 6, you will get 15. So 15u minus 9. Next, so this is equivalent to 3 subtract 4b. Okay, so for part E, you have to group up the like terms together. So 2a minus 8a, you will get negative 6a, plus 1a, you get 7a. Oops. No, sorry. You should be getting negative 5a minus 9. Next, we can group up the like terms together, all the g's first. So positive 5g, subtract 12g, plus 1g. And then you only need to add 7, subtract 3. So with the g's, 5 minus 12 plus 1, you'll get negative 6g. And then positive 7, subtract 3, you will get positive 4. You can write your answer this way, or you can write it as 4 minus 6g. Next, part G. We need to simplify the terms. Okay, so negative 2x, double negative, then we need to subtract negative 7x, so we will get plus 7x. Then minus 3x, and again double negative means you will add 9x. So upon evaluating this, you should be getting 11x. Okay, part H. Now, you can rewrite your fraction like this: 2y over 3 plus 1y over 2. And from what we learned in primary school, you can combine these two fractions together, provided they have the same denominator. So the common denominators is 6. So the first fraction you have to multiply by 2 to get 4y. Second fraction you need to multiply by 3. And simplify the numerator, you should be getting 7y over 6. Next, question 4, substitution. So substitution means to replace. Okay, so we will be replacing x with 5 and y with 3. So for our first step, we would just do substitution. Use brackets. So we should be getting 20, subtract 15 to get 5. Don't skip steps. Part B, 8 multiplied by 5 plus 2 times, again. So you should be getting 8 times y, and y is 3, and then x is 5. So you should be getting 24 plus 10 to give 34. Okay, now part C is a little tricky. Please use brackets when you do substitution, so we don't evaluate anything mentally first, okay? So 3, now y is 3, and next, okay, 2 times x, so 2 times 5. So we will need to evaluate the terms in the bracket first. So I guess this is 3. Now 3 to the power of 2, you should get 9. Then 2 times 5 is 10 square. So this is 27 plus 100, 127. For part D, again the same thing, 4 times 5, and y has a value of 3. So So the numerator is 20, denominator is 9. So remember to simplify your fraction. 2 and 2 over 9. Now for question 5, you can pause and try doing it on your own. Okay, so now question 5a. Now x is negative 2, y is negative 5, and z is 3. So 3x means 3 times negative 2, subtract 2 times z. 2 times 3 divided by negative 5. So without using the calculator, you should be getting negative 6, subtract 6 over negative 5. So again, you get double negatives. So you can write negative 6 as 6 over 1. So with double negative, the sign will change to plus 6 over 5. So what we'll do is combine them to add the two fractions with different denominators. Common denominator is 5. So first fraction, you have to multiply by 5. Okay, so to evaluate the numerator, you will get negative 24 over 5, and simplify it, negative 4 and 4 over 5. Part B, y times z. So negative 5, use brackets, z is 3, x is negative 2. So evaluate this, negative 15. So to evaluate this, you can treat it as negative 3 multiplied by negative 2. So this should give you positive 6. So you write down plus 6. And this should give you negative 9. Part C, x squared. So please use brackets for substitution. And y is negative 5. Z is 3. So let's evaluate this. This is the square of negative 2. So it means negative 2 multiplied by negative 2. Then negative 5 multiplied by negative 5. So negative times negative, you get positive 4. Negative 5 times negative 5, you get positive 25. Evaluating this, you get 32. Lastly, 2 times negative 5, and x is negative 2, so you need to subtract x times z. So this is 25, and then negative 2 times 3, you get negative 6, and this is 50. Double negative, you get plus 6. So 56. Part 6. Question 6. So, Cindy bought X chairs at $15 each, Y tables at $24 each. So for part A, present your answers properly. Present your workings. So we need to write an expression for the total cost. Okay, so 15x multiplied by 24y in dollars. For part B, now the cost of 4 chairs and 7 tables. So there are 4 chairs and there are 7 tables. So the cost will be 4 times 15, 24 times y, and y is 7. So you should be getting $208. $228. Moving on, question 7. So Raymond made an investment that cost H dollars, so it tripled. Tripled means 3 times. Okay, by the end of the year, so he needs to distribute it among 6 children. So the expression for the amount that each child would receive would be 3H, because it's tripled, divided by 6 children. So we can simplify this. So we can get H over 2. Now for part B, this time if Raymond invested $100, so this means that H is $1. Sorry, H is $100. So how much would each child receive? So each child would receive 100 over 2, $50. Go on and try question 8 and pause this video. Okay, for part A, so Alvin is 7 years less than 3 times the present age of X. Sorry, the present age of Sylvester. So write down Alvin's present age. So Alvin's present age should be 3 times X and 7 years less. Okay. Part B. What is Alvin's age in 5 years' time? So 5 years in the future, you will need to add 5. So evaluating this, 3x, negative 7. The negative sign belongs to the 7. So negative 7 plus 5, you get negative 2. So minus 2. Next section, simple expansion. Okay, so to fill in the blanks, we need to identify the like terms. Like terms means similar terms. So in algebra, these are not letters. You treat them as symbols. So the letter A in lowercase is not equivalent to the capital letter A, because they are different symbols. Okay, so let's try this. You can only simplify like terms. You can only add and subtract like terms. So let's try this. Question part A. We have H and K terms. So let's group up the H terms together. Now you need to move the 2H to the front. So the negative sign belongs to the 2H. So we'll bring minus 2H, then plus 4K. Evaluating this, you will get 5 minus 2, you get positive 3. So 3H. Then you didn't do anything to K, so you just copy it down. For part B, okay, now A to the power of 2 means A multiplied by A, whereas 2A is 2 times A, so they are different. Okay, they are unlike terms. So let's group up the like terms together. Sorry about that. So the minus sign belongs to the 6a. When we move this term to the front, the minus sign must follow. So evaluating this, 2 minus 6, you will get negative 4 plus a squared. You can write it this way, or you can write it as a squared minus 4a, since the negative sign belongs to the 4a. Part C. Now we have a terms and we have ab terms. So we can group up all the terms with a first, followed by the ab terms. So this is 1a, subtract 3a, you will get negative 2a. And then negative 7ab plus 4ab. Negative 7 plus 4, you will get negative 3. So negative 3ab. Lastly, you have terms with k and y. You can group up the k's together. And then the y terms. So 3 minus 2 minus 6, you will get minus 5k, followed by positive 6y plus 5y, you get positive 11y. So you can write your answer like this, or you can write it as 11y subtract 5k. Both answers are equivalent. Right, for the next section, it's expansion. So expansion just means to multiply. Okay, so we can simple multiplication, 14a times 2. So you can multiply the number to the another number, the alphabet to the other alphabet. So you will get 14 times 2, 28a. Part B, 14a times 2b. 14 times 2, 28. A times b, ab. Part C, division. So for good habits, you can write division as a fraction. 14a over 2a. So 14 divided by 2, you get 7. And a divided by a, you get 1. So you just write 7. Leave it as 7. For part D, 14a divided by 2b. So you get 7. And since a and b are unlike terms, they remain. For part E, now this is the square of 4a. So you need to multiply 4a by itself. So this is equivalent to 4a multiplied by 4a. 4 times 4, 16. And a times a, it's a to the power of 2. Lastly, now a times a times a, you will get a to the power of 3. B times b, b to the power of 2. And c times c is just c to the power of 2. We do not write the multiplication sign in between. Now the next section, distributive rule. Now to distribute means, in algebra, it means to multiply the sum by a number. So you need to multiply each term of the sum, like so. So in general, if a multiplied by the sum of b plus c, you have to distribute a into the terms in the brackets, like this. So you will get a times b and a times c. So study this example, this worked example. Now for example 3, you will notice there will be a change of sign. Now, we have negative 2 multiplied by a minus b. You have to distribute negative 2 into the terms in the bracket. So you treat this as a single entity, treat the negative 2 as a single entity, and distribute it into the terms in the bracket. So you will get negative 2a, and negative 2 times negative b, you will get positive 2b. That's why you have a change of sign here. No longer minus b. Okay, it will be positive 2b. So let's try these examples. And draw the double arrows to guide your eyes when you want to distribute the terms in the bracket. Like so. So when you distribute, you will get 3 times 2, you get 6a. 3 times negative 5b, negative 15b. Okay? Question 2. Now, there's a negative sign outside the bracket. You treat it as a single entity like this, and you distribute the negative sign into the terms in the bracket. So you will get the negative of 5a, and now we have double negatives, the negative of negative b. So you will get plus b. Okay? You can pause the video and try the remaining questions on this page. Question 3. You have to distribute negative 5 into every term in the bracket. So you should be getting negative 5x. Negative 5 times positive 3y. You will get negative 15y. Question 4. Half. Distribute it in. You should be getting half of 14, 7h. Half of 2, 1k. Right? Question 5. Now, you see two things. We have to do the multiplication first before the subtraction. So you have to distribute negative 4 into this first set of brackets. Then next, you have to distribute negative 5 into the next set of brackets. Okay? So let's simplify. You should be getting 4a. Negative 4 times negative 3b. You will get double negative. You will get positive 3b. And then next, distribute negative 5 into the second set of brackets to get 5a. Negative 5 times negative 3b, you will get plus 15b. So let's simplify this. Group up the like terms together. A terms, then the b terms, together with the sign. So the sign follows the term on its right. So we will get negative 9a, positive 3b plus 15b. Oh, sorry, I made an error. Negative 4 times 3, you will get 12. Okay, so positive 12b plus 15b, you will get 27b. Question 6. Distribute the 5 inside, and the second set, you need to distribute the negative 2. like so. Sorry, made an error. Negative 2 times positive 2q, you should be getting negative 4q. Okay? Now rearrange the terms. And evaluating it. Okay? Now this is negative 10q subtract 4q. So we should be getting negative 14q. Question 7. Now, for question 7, you only distribute the 3 into the terms in the bracket, not the a term, because there's no bracket for that. So it remains, and then you distribute 3 inside. Okay, evaluate it. And minus 9b plus 10c. Lastly, you have to distribute half and 1/3. Okay, so half of 5, it's 2.5x. Half of 16, that will be 8y. 1/3 of 3, you will get 1. And 1/3 of 6, that is 2. So let's group up the like terms together first. So 2.5 plus 1x, you will get 3.5x. Negative 8 subtract 2, you will get negative 10y. Next, let's move on to the next page. Okay, so let's recall from our previous chapter, Bodmer's rule. So we will always do brackets first, followed by the order of operation, meaning the power, divide, multiply, add, and subtract. So we always perform multiplications and divisions working from the left to the right. And then lastly, addition and subtractions from the left to right. Okay, so for part A, we'll always try to simplify the innermost bracket first. Okay, so we will get 4. Now let's simplify the terms in the square bracket. 2x. Okay, so now to simplify, we have to distribute positive 5. Okay, so we will get plus 5x and then minus 10. So let's simplify the terms in the bracket. You will get 7x minus 10. And then lastly, distribute the 4 into every term in the bracket. We will get 28x minus 40. Okay, so for part B, we have to distribute the innermost, we have to simplify the innermost bracket first. So we need to distribute this minus sign, only this minus sign, into the terms in the bracket. Okay, so we get b minus c minus d. Next, we have to distribute this minus into the terms in the bracket, minus b. Next, minus times minus c, you will get plus c, double negative. And you get double negative for d, get plus d. You can try the next question on your own. Okay, so for part C, you need to distribute 5 into the innermost bracket first, and then minus 4 into the next set. So minus 4 outside. Okay, so distribute the 5, you will get 10x, 15y, minus 4x, minus 8y. Okay, so next we have a choice. You can simplify the terms in a square bracket first. So 10x minus 4x, positive 6x. Next, positive 15y, subtract 8y, you will get positive 7y. Lastly, distribute the negative 4 into the terms in the bracket. You will get negative 24x and negative 28y. Next question. Distribute the minus sign only. So 12p minus 5 minus 2p. Simplify the terms inside. You will get 10p minus 5. And lastly, distribute 2/5 into the terms. You will get 4p and 2. Okay, next question. Find the sum of these two terms. So the sum of these two terms. Okay, so we'll add them together. So sorry about that, 7x. So grouping up the like terms together, 5x minus 7x minus 4y plus 6y. So you will get negative 2x, negative 4y plus 6y. You will get positive 2y. Last question. You have to subtract this term from this term. Okay, so you will need to have 3a minus 4b first. Then you need to subtract the entire 2a plus 5b. You have to use brackets because you're going to subtract the entire term. So we have to distribute the minus sign into the second set of brackets. This is to do expansion. Minus 2a minus 5b. Simplifying this, you get 1a, negative 4b, subtract 5b, you will get negative 9b. And this is the end of our first video.